And welcome back as I, like the almighty truck farmer, as anointed by God, hold dominion over my Earth and several other planets. In Perfidious Pete plays Stellaris. And I don't know about you, but I choose to praise the truck farmer and bow down before him. I worship the truck farmer at the church of my choice. Oftentimes, I even offer burnt sacrifices to the almighty truck farmer. Hail truck farmer, hail truck farmer, I guess is sort of what I'm getting at. Although, you know what? Here's the thing. If I am anointed by God, that doesn't even make sense. We're the Peterian Empire. The only God we know is the Emperor. I'm your God now. And I mean, I suppose the Emperor could anoint his or herself. Self-anointing is a thing, and hey, who doesn't enjoy the occasional self-anointing, am I right? Yeah. Masturbation euphemisms aside, though, how specifically would that work? Are you actually allowed to anoint yourself when you're like a god king? I suppose you are. I mean, if you're a god emperor or god king, it's not like anybody's going to stop you. What are they going to do? Tell you no? It's not really how that shit works. Maybe, yeah, I guess, you know what? God emperors would, I suppose, self-anoint. It's just the way things would go. It kind of makes them, well, actually, what it makes it is a pretty sweet gig. You can basically just decide to do a thing and then do it, and there's no one to stop you or give you any shit about it. You just be like, I do whatever I want, whenever the hell I please. Very kind of Nietzschean, sort of Ubermensch, sort of fully self-actualized individual. You just decide to do a thing, and then you enforce your will upon the universe, which thus far is largely what the Peterian Empire has been doing. Yes, granted, there was the small setback of not being able to enforce our will upon the Bacterian hierarchy here. These clam men still have uneaten babies, a situation which I am quite desperate to rectify, but, you know, we'll get there. We'll get there. Speaking of which, let's take a moment, shall we? And see exactly when the... Give me the species thing. Where are these Bacterians? Oh, right. They're... Is that a policies and edict? Plants and sectors? No. Leaders? That's what I want. No, I can never remember where the damn... There they are. The Bacterian hierarchy. I can never remember where this is. So, Bacterian hierarchy, when can we declare war on you again? December 12th of next year. So you guys have like 14 months before I decide to come and destroy you. Their fleet power is equivalent compared to ours. Naval capacity is equivalent. Technology level is equivalent. I don't like any of those words. So I think what we're going to do, I got a couple things planned here. One, we got to buff up our fleet a little bit. That's still in the works. We're working on building up the fleet. But I also really want to start getting to the point where we're not just buffing up our fleet, but where we're also going to start expanding. I've got some colonization I really want to get to. And you'd be like, Pete, why are you planning on colonizing? Well, we're still, for one thing, not at our directly controlled system limit. So what I'm going to do is come over here, and I think we're going to just take this tropical world. The alpine world is very, very much not fantastic for us, but a tropical world will be relatively inhabitable. What did you build? Oh, we have an idle construction ship. I mean, I really don't know what to have you guys build. I suppose we could have you come out here and just, well, I was going to say build a mining station, but we're going to have to wait a month for some minerals. Automated dreadnought. What is this? A single massive warship has been patrolling the Perfidious system. No life signs can be detected on the vessel, but is emitting a very strong power signature and appears to be bristling with weapon system. It does not respond to hails. Caution is advised. Look at the size of that thing. Automated dreadnought. I wonder if we could take it. It's interesting. If we're gonna go declare war on the Bacterians, do I really want to wipe out my fleet without the capacity to replace it? I sort of don't. It seems like not the world's greatest idea. Also, could you build... I want to wait till that finishes and then have you build a destroyer. I want another colony ship, though. Pete, why are you talking about colony ships, but also about starting a war? Well, you know, I'm a man of many parts, and I'm also easily distracted and sort of scatterbrained a little bit. But I do have a plan. First off, we're going to build those research stations, and that'll just, you know what, that'll keep you busy for a while. We're not at our core limit for worlds. We can have 10 colonized worlds. I want to have all 10 colonized worlds. I really do. I want to be at my limit. But then we're also going to start spam firing colonies pretty much everywhere we can get them. And we're going to take, did somebody, hold on a minute. Is there a new game in town here? Yeah, you can research an anomaly, Wu. I trust you. Also, you may note Zhang Wu's science ship, we went ahead and renamed it. This is not going to be a posthumous naming like we did with the HIMSS on Sanchez. You know what? Wu has been a big enough asset to the Empire that I think we should honor her immediately. Somebody says it's not claimed by any known empire. But Med Karash is definitely... What the deal, though? Can we get out there? We can. Somebody has colonized that. There's a competing There's a new challenger has appeared. I don't like that at all. San Pietego has finished construction. Is there anything you can work on? Okay, it looks like you're still busy doing something. I want to start firing out colony ships. The Arbiter is finished and is idle. Why do you want to start firing out colony ships? I want to just start, like, founding sectors. That's really my whole goal, is to just build a bunch of sectors, even if they're pointless. So we are not going to be able to... Damn, that's the planet we wanted. But there's the automated dreadnought. Do I think we could take the automated dreadnought then? I guess becomes the question. We have a 1200 fleet strength. Here, Arbiter, why don't you just, in the meantime, go ahead and survey this. I suppose we could try it. I guess I don't really see any particular disadvantage. Let's merge those two fleets, and once they have merged, we will then take them and have them try and fight. Oh man, I really don't like the idea of possibly losing my entire fleet. Okay, some surface construction completing. We're mostly worried about space construction and colony ships. Pete, you can't even colonize the place that you said you wanted to. I'm aware we can't get there, but I want to colonize these places and set up sectors, if for no other reason than to simply deny my foes the ability to colonize them. Can you build... How come you can't build... I want to build destroyer assembly yards. Yeah. That's what I want. Destroyer assembly yards. We're going to be building quite a few destroyers. I need to start chunking them bad boys out. And worst case scenario, I suppose this dreadnought could help us eradicate some of our obsolete inventory. And by that I mean the humans that are on board the ships and the not a distraction fleet. Are they really obsolete inventory? Well, they're not as obsolete as like Bacterians or fungus men, but, you know, picked up some asteroid fossils. Zhang Wu still doing some solid work for us. Getting us 5 months worth of society research and knocking that 80-month research time down a little bit. First Strike Force, you really need to get your shit together here. Construction is still complete and more complete. Do I have an idle colony ship just sitting somewhere? No. Alright, I just wanted to make sure. Got a lot of minerals. We're not really doing anything with them. Let's crank out a colony ship once those destroyer yards finish. This is a lot of colony ship. I know, but they're going into... We're putting them into sectors. It's going to be a sector that contains all of the toilet worlds that we don't want. Like this Arctic world, this piece of shit desert world, and possibly that savannah. Actually, we'll probably colonize the savannah world and leave the desert world. We'll come out here and get this ocean world. It's less shitty. Did somebody just complete a system survey? Good. I need you to survey this system then, because I do plan to slap a colony there. And also, not a distraction. You guys have all rallied up. Before you go fuck with the Juggernaut, could you come out here and see what the hell this is? Construction complete. I'm genuinely curious about that, because I don't like the unknown. I'm a human. We hate and fear the unknown. That which is unknown terrifies and frightens us. Cannot build this kind of station around any of the planets in the system. Why the hell not? They're mines. It's a mine on a toxic... Can we not mine toxic worlds? That can't be right. Stop what you're doing. Again, because I'm about to ruin the construction and the style that you're used to. Can you... come build it? Well, is somebody else already queued to build those? Is that what it is? Somebody else is doing the job? No, you're in Korganfu. Are you queued to do the job? Doesn't look like it. Why can we not build those? We definitely have the minerals and the cash. We got the resources. How's come? Well, if we can't build around those, the stevedore actually has nothing else that it can do. We do have a continental world over here. Pete, you could colonize that continental world. Yeah, I could, but I'm in no real rush to do that. Man, this, you know what you need to do? These planets down here are the absolute tits. Come build a fucking frontier outpost down here, stevedore. We want to get our hands on some minerals. Right there is grubby mineral paradise. I need it. Get my grubby human mitts on that sector of space. That's looking pretty good.
System survey complete. Anomaly found.
Good work, Woo. Check it out. Woo! Man, that lady never lets us down. I can't describe enough what an asset to this empire you have been. Since its founding, Woo, you've been out there doing work, girl. Doing work. Did we get up here yet? You guys are taking your sweet ass time here, not a distraction. You know what's distracting me? The amount of time it's taking you to get your ass out there. The HIMSS Woo found an additional 5 minerals in a system we don't really care about, but well, that system has 10 minerals. That's going to be really good for our fledgling sector. Science ship Woo ain't doing shit. Woo! Well, since this is going to be a sector, I guess eventually it wouldn't hurt for you to start maybe surveying this shit. Go ahead and then bounce around and survey those 4. That'll keep you busy for a while. Still want to know about this dreadnought. But before I think finding out what this is way more important than the dreadnought. Okay, hold on a second. We got to slow time down a little bit. Encounter some form of aliens in the Med Karash system. These strange objects have been flagged as the Xi menace. Until we can learn more about them, we should proceed with caution. What are they specifically? Is this an actual fleet? What the hell is this? What are you? What are you? Yeah, these are aliens of some variety. Do they have a colony here? They do have a colony. They built a colony. You have colonized my space, aliens, and I don't like it. I don't like these newcomers at all. Not one little bit. You put a colony in my sovereign territory. This is the Peterian Empire. We don't tolerate that kind of nonsense. I'm sending my colony ship up here. If they're going to start colonizing over here, I'm going to immediately counter colony. You come at me with the knife, I come at you with the gun. You come at me with the gun, I come at you with the nuclear missile. You come at me with the nuclear missile, I come at you with the Death Star. Put one of mine in a hospital, I put one of yours in the morgue. I'm all about reciprocal responses. It's just good, solid business practice. Also, Petersburg, I can't help but notice that you are not building a colony ship right now and that we need another colony ship. And that we definitely had the minerals in order to build one. And that you are also not building a level 4 spaceport, which you should likewise be doing, because I want destroyer assembly yards on my 2 primary ship-producing planets. You don't start building ships without a freaking shipyard. That's just the way shit works. She lowered the speed a little bit more than I'm comfortable with. So, okay, not a distraction. I mean, there's really nothing we can do about these aliens except directly go to war with them and potentially invade their planet, but I'd like to know a little bit more about them before I take that step. In the meantime, let's come fuck with the dreadnought, I guess. It's always great to potentially throw away your entire fleet right before engaging with a new, unknown, potentially hostile alien species. That's just solid empire planning right there. Coil guns are done. We have space torpedoes, which appear to do a truckload of damage. This may sound strange, but I'm actually going to go for the railgun, even though, I mean, space torpedoes. They do just a buttload of damage, 120 to 215. That's a shitload. They also ignore half your armor and penetrate all of your shields. But what I think I'd really rather have the small coil. I think I want the railgun. What's your damage? 6 to 20. You know what? Yeah, give me the railgun. I'm trying to diversify a little bit. I want to branch things out so that my ships are a little more well balanced. I want to complement missiles. Okay. So construction's complete. Construction's complete. You guys are probably straight up idle then, right? Yeah, there is nothing for you to do. Is there anything you can go anywhere and do? What about you? Can you come over here and build this? Oh, we can't build on here because it's not inside the borders of our empire, is it? Are you? No. Okay, that's why it's prompting us to build a frontier outpost. It's not in the borders of our empire yet, but it soon will be. Is there anything else we might rather have you build? There kind of isn't. We're going to have a colony up in Tuban eventually. No? I mean, we have nothing to build. Nothing to do. All of my strength, and we have nowhere to apply it. Well, we are building a frontier outpost, I guess. Here, you come over here. When you're done being idle and chill out. And you're still building in the... You're in the Sima system? Wait, if you're... Wait a minute. Stop what you're doing. How come you didn't finish building... Build a mining station, you jerk. What the hell's wrong with you? Just gonna leave that unmined? I'm counting on you to fully exploit the resources at your disposal, and you are not fully exploiting shit. How's the empire gonna grow if you leave resources untapped? If you leave clam men uneaten, that's delicious chowder that is not going into Peterian bellies. We need that chowder. I need that cheddar, too. So, how powerful are you? It is a dreadnought, which seems like it would be extraordinarily powerful. Do I really want to risk destroying my whole fleet? And then I think, you know, this fleet is pretty much entirely obsolete. Let's try it. We're never going to learn until we do this. If we want to figure out how powerful this thing is, at some point we're going to have to go shoot at it. It's not like we can research it or anything. Just fall short, because we kind of want to make him come to us. Yeah, you can research that. We are engaged in a fleet battle at the moment. Just successfully translating their language, we have established communications with the Ox Braxy Hive. Diplomatic channels are now open and all hostilities have been terminated. Hold on a second. All right. New people, a hive mind. Must use the hive mind authority. Can use, okay, full, they get bonus influence, bonus unity, bonus habitability. They grow like lunatics. Keep to yourselves, aliens. Your kind will not threaten our hive queen. Oh, our high queen, right. You know what? Just keep to yourselves, aliens. That's really all I want. Is just, for now, you leave me alone, and then later, if you taste good, I'll come by.
Hostile fleet engaged.
All right. Let's keep an eye on this and see how it goes. I do want to turn the speed down here a little bit. If we need to run, we can run. I mean, it says our powers are roughly... Never mind, our powers are not roughly equivalent. It's destroying shit in single hits. I don't even think we have put a dent into this. Ugh, no, run the hell away. We're going to get annihilated. So that thing is fucking unstoppable. All right. Well, I mean, lesson learned, I guess. Time to start rebuilding the fleet. Found some alien writing, though, so yeah, it's been a good, missing in action. I just wanted to keep my admiral from getting killed is the only reason I retreated. That planet, I mean, I wanted to put a colony there, but there's no way that thing was killing destroyers in a single blow. We can't defeat that thing. Why is it that every potentially habitable planet has some kind of monstrosity in it? I don't care for that. I want to get up to my core world limit, and that planet was supposed to be the planet that let me do it. It was also going to be the planet that sort of bridged our sphere of influence a little bit as well. We've been to these places, so we know there are no habitable worlds here. We could take this continental world, but it only has a population cap of 12. Tuban is a dump. I suppose we could take this Pop 15 ocean world and make that a core world, but I want this to be my core world. It's a 16 tropical. We're going to have to figure out a way to kill that dreadnought, I guess. Although, our fleet didn't even put a fucking dent in it. I don't know if we even got through its shields. It didn't look like it. We didn't seem to be hurting it at all. And that was with missiles at relatively long range, too.
Construction complete.
Maybe we stay under our core limit and just start expanding with sectors. Maybe that's still the right move. Tiersonia, what are you? A dump. But I don't want to colonize you, even though you are No, because that takes away minerals from our core worlds. I'm not in the habit of colonizing anywhere that's going to deny my core worlds anything. I do want to rebuild District 13. Yes, this is important, but not at the cost of everything I hold dear. Is that Frontier Outpost done yet? I can't help but feel like it's not done. You're not doing anything. You're not doing anything. You're building Frontier Outpost. Is this system following our borders yet? Not claimed by any no empire. Man, the parallax there on that just keeps throwing me for a loop. So we got a colony ship to Shining City. These things are costing us a truckload of money as well. So colony ship Shining City. I want you up here. There are 2 planets we can colonize. There's just the one. The one ocean world. All right, get up there and colonize it then. So this is the new hive mind, the Oxbrex. Those are probably going to be like our next opponents. They have a hive mind, which typically says also insectoids, and if I wanted to eat bugs, I'd really be better off to just go mess with the Eruxians. Also, the only thing I really want to eat is still the Bacterum, and we're not eating them either. We're not eating anybody. Guys, our culinary game is just falling apart here. Start cranking out destroyers. Pittsburgh, you're going to be cranking out destroyers next as well. We're getting 190 minerals a month, which is basically 1 destroyer a month. That's pretty good fleet output. Any of these science ships idle? We have another colony ship. Was that Earth that just finished? Where do we want to stick it? I mean, one of these was supposed to go to a place where we now can't actually put it. Or can we? What if we're very careful with the way we... Do you think we could sneak in behind it? And maybe colonize while they're not looking? What happens if we can pull that off? You know, that's probably, all things considered, probably just like a terrible... Oh, there's a Pop 18 colony. We should just take this continental. It's not going to be inside our empires, but it's a good... Does anybody live in there? We have no colony here, huh? It's a Pop 18 continental. What's the surface look like? It's mostly tile blockers, but it's also mostly tile blockers we can clear. It's not a fantastic planet, but you know what? It's something to do with that colony ship, and it's more potential population. Yeah, potential. Go do it. Go colonize Aether. This is your new goal. We wanted to colonize this one, but we couldn't. We'll get another increase to our planet cap. We'll get another one. I'm confident we'll be able to get more core worlds. And in the meantime, we're just going to have to start building up our sectors.
Complete.
Everybody still doing stuff? I just want to make sure you guys are still working here. Just getting system surveys knocked out. The Arbiter is done. Where you at, Arbiter? In Tissium. So you surveyed the ocean world up here that we already have a colony on the way to. Excellent. That's outside? Okay. What about this one? This one is not outside our borders. So why don't you survey here, and then also, let's say, here and here. We're probably going to wind up slapping a wormhole station in one of these systems, possibly even the system where we're building our colony, just to expand our reach. Always want to broaden your horizons, man. When given the option, always choose to broaden the horizons. We're losing energy credits. Well, that's because we have like 5 colony ships sitting out here doing jack shit. Do we want to colonize this continental world? Even if we're going to put it in the sector. It doesn't really get us much. But we do have a colony ship that's currently unused. I mean, I suppose this Tundra world sucks, but this would be potentially a decent sector for us. Yeah, do that. Okay, so go colonize that planet. Let's put this... I mean, we could put it here and give adjacency bonuses to all the other tiles, but there are better bonuses to be had by just dropping it here. Yillian Prime, I think not. What cities have we already got here? I think we need a Petattle. There we go. It's on the borders of our empire. Granted, it's not like our western shores, but it's close enough. Be up there with Chicago, I suppose. Unrest. Slaves rally on St. Peter's. This calls for action. You're right. This does call for action. Hold the phone. Slaves are angry. What can we do about that? So where are the angry slaves? Which slave is, which one of you is angry? You are really unhappy. Why? Chattel slavery, impoverished conditions. Is it because there are no armies here? Well, all right. This calls for action. Done. Action. What is the Peterian Empire's result of this action? You guys are going to potentially rise up? Well, I guess I'll just have to build an army. There's only one way to deal with threatening populations of our enslaved peoples. You're going to try and rise up against the glorious Grand Emperor Perfidious Pete? This is not going to happen. This is not going to happen. You will not be rising up against me. In fact, we should really have armies on... Let's put some defensive armies on all of our planets. If you're a decent planet, specifically if you're a planet with a spaceport, we've got defensive armies here. Because that was a conquered world. Petersburg, do you have defensive armies? Nope. Well, congratulations. You do now. By gosh, I know you have armies. Yeah, we got a whole gigantic populace keeping you down. Chicago, no armies? Well, let's just go ahead and fix that. San Pietego, no armies? Yeah, well, we'll just go ahead and fix that as well. And Peterson City, sure. Armies are cheap. They cost us effectively nothing. St. Peter's, what's your spaceport working on? You can build destroyers, but you don't have... Here. Start building the destroyer. Start building the destroyer hive. Build the army of Typhus. That's what... Or the armor of Typhus, rather. I need you to be able to unleash the destroyer hive. You are an idle colony ship? No, you are not an idle colony ship. You are a colonizing colony ship. Take your ass over here and execute your mandate. Colonize that planet. I know it's a toilet. I know it's a toilet. I wish I didn't have to force you to live here, but sometimes people have to do things they don't like. This is going to be San Pete Cisco, I think. There we go. And we have one other idle colony ship. Let's go check you out. Oh, you're an Aether. All right. This planet is actually one of the few that isn't a toilet. So let's have you come over here and colonize this planet. And I guess we'll plunk our colony down here. But now the really important part. I mean, this I think should just be Fort Pete. It's a little like Fort Worth, except no nearby Dallas. And there we go. 3 brand spanking new colonies are on the up and up. Yeah, this is costing us a ton of energy credits every month, but think how much more influence and, more importantly, more population this opens for our planet. This is going to give us a lot of potential here. I see that Not a Distraction has returned. Why don't you guys go get repaired? How's our research coming along? As soon as we unlock these railguns, I think we're going to redesign and upgrade all of our ships. Once that's done, I think maybe we're going to go eradicate the Bacterium. It really feels like it's only a matter of time until they revolt anyway. And also, I just want to check something out here. We finally did it. We finally did it. The Kravadocs are no more. We murdered them. All of them. I don't really need these minerals as much as I need that food. I want you guys focused on growth as much as possible. I don't really want to upgrade all of these buildings that are going unused. I will upgrade the science facility, actually, to... What are we currently most lacking? Still... Okay, I guess we still need society research, so we'll do a biolab. Plus, any people who are engaged in science aren't technically slaves, and they tend to like that. Do we have armies on this planet? We do, plenty. Yeah, they got 6 armies. They're good. That should be able to keep the slave population under control. The Kravadocs are no more. Did they go away as a species too? Oh, we gotta check. Did I? We did it. We did it. Don't show me just Empire species. Show me all species. I have the Kravadocs. Yes. Oh, I'm so happy. This is the greatest day in the history of the Peterian Empire because the Cravadox are not only no longer an empire species, they ain't a species at all. We done ate them right up, just like the giant tortoise, just like the dodo. Actually, we didn't eat them. We worked them to death in the mines. The Bacterians we're going to eat. Them, I'm definitely going to eat. We're still working the fungus men, but I have used the toil of a whole civilization of people. I've reduced their entire species to rubble and ruin. I have enforced my will. A sentient race that formerly exists no longer exists, and it's all my doing. I did it all. I did it, Mommy. I did it, Daddy. Are you proud of me now? Are you proud of me? I eradicated an entire species. Build a mining station, and that's going to put us out of minerals for the month. Well, we are building a lot of, new destroyers up here. We're cranking them out at a pretty furious pace. We're cranking out the Peterian Empire at a pretty furious pace. Look at I said we were going to expand, that our goal was to balloon up here like Guy Fieri chugging donkey sauce out of a bucket.
Construction complete.
And it kind of feels like we're achieving that goal. It's like donkey sauce out of a bucket, man. If you're drinking a bucket of donkey sauce too, by the way, you really need to check yourself because you are currently riggedy wrecking yourself. So let's get you working on some mining stations and whatever we have. Do we have enough minerals to do anything? We can't build all of the mining stations, but we can start on one. Let's have you come out here and build one mining station. I just want to keep my construction ships working while we wait for minerals to build back up. And we are running at a slight energy deficit at the moment, so picking up a little extra energy won't hurt. But right now, we're going to be wrapping this episode up. If you enjoyed it, feel free to drop a like down in the comment section. Support really does mean a lot. If you'd like to see us continue our campaign of extermination, you don't know how happy I am to have eradicated a sentient species. I mean, it's filling me with what is effectively an utterly unholy amount of glee. It's unwholesome how pleased it has made me to have done that. Unwholesome. But if you want to see more unwholesomeness, I consider subscribing as well. Post new episodes of Stellaris every single day. Right now, I see some space whales that are going to have to become sandwiches. So if you'll excuse me, I'll thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.